Hey guys, welcome to the 18th episode in our multiplayer tutorial, and we'll be adding the save and load into a multiplayer game now. So, the editor D for editor details frame, we'll just where there's load map, just take these two things here, these three things, take the scroll pane and the clear button, copy that and paste it over here. Okay, just cancel it. I'm just going to show this button in the library. It's buttons, and multiplayer game also has that in their library. So we'll just call this new buttons. And now just copy these two things, copy and paste. Cancel it again. It's the scroll pane, I think. And we already use a scroll pane. So just paste it here, put duplicate items into a folder, and you may need to resize this, or we can just leave it as is. And carry this menu button across. Go into the library, and there's probably going to have a scroll pane somewhere. Oh well, we have this loaded map here. Go into the actions in editor save, into the actions where there's stop and restricting all these values, and just copy all the actions from here except the stop below. So this should load. Well, it won't load it yet because we need to carry it over the movie clip to list. So go into the library of our template, create a new folder, and call it anything you like. I call it infinite single thing, and we just carry everything into this folder. Now copy this folder, go into our game, and paste it inside here. So when we go to the editor, it will load up no maps are created. And to go to new map, of course we'll go over here, since that has a function to go to root.editor save, which is this. Now that we have that, we'll need to work on saving maps. So below all this code, including exit editor, you just copy all the code from this file over here on the stop. So just copy everything, and we just put a comment here before we paste it so that we know where our border is. And paste. So this creates the MGT list. Take this out and put this above everything. If loading map is equal to true, take that out, put that. If we just put this here, we'll see that it's also down here as well. So just change this from load map to loading map. So if it's not loading map, then object depth is equal to 10, and these variables go accordingly. Else, if it is loading map, then call the function load map, and loading map is equal to false. Global loading map is equal to false. So it's kind of round-sided, but we can delete this loading map code up there. Check time doesn't need to move that. Save the map. It checks the time and saves the list. After we save the list, it can call to add to a new line. And there's the load map function and the save button, quit button. Take out the quit button since there's no quit here, and we'll need to create a save button. So since this is called a follow, go inside here, duplicate this menu button, and give it the instance name of save button. And then in scene 1 in the actions, we say root dot follow dot save button dot unrelease, and instead of saying my text, we want to check if this map here, if this map size is not default, and default will be 26 by 26. Or we can just save it as is. So when we press the button, global.the name. Oh, just I remember I said to take out this because the name is the name of the map, which is already defined. And now scroll back up. Object depth will be 10 up here. So object depth, it will save the object depth and reload it. It will save the map name as well. And the map will save by global.the name. This instance name called the map, change that to all map, and in the code in save map, we want to save the map size. So now we'll try saving the map size, and then after we'll try saving all the objects in the map. We have finished carrying over everything in this save load template. All we need to do, well, we don't really need to change around anything here because all we had that name was as a save map button. So when we save the game, we want a variable for instead of text. We don't need text because we don't have text. So delete that in load map as well. And before flush, Just put flush below so that you won't get mixed up. Just remember to put this code before flush. So you say mgt dot data dot map width, or whatever you like to name it as, is equal to root dot or map, or you can leave it as the map. So root dot the map dot underscore width. So go back to this map and give it the instance name of the map. And underneath that, mgt dot data dot map height is equal to root dot the map dot underscore height. So that just saves map width and map height, and we also want to save the x and y. So mgt.data.map x is equal to root.themap.underscore x. The same thing for the y. Map y will be equal to its y position. So we can just copy these things here, these 4 lines here with height x and y, go down to load map and paste it under here. What we can do is carry this whole load map up here so that it will be easy to access it. So right click, cut, go up right under the save map, right click, paste. Now in the load map, where these things we want to actually load it instead, so take that out from here. I will say root dot the map dot width equal to mgt dot map width. Same thing with the height x and y. So the map's x position will in the load will be whatever we saved it as, and the same for the y. So just remove these things here. So that's how it will load. And we also we want to test this, but before we test this, scroll up to load and map, and also in the else, after we've loaded the map, then set the camera x and y's as well, so it will go back to the center of the map, and loaded map will be false. Let's try this. So play, go to the editor, no maps created. New map, we will need to change up some code here, because if we go over here in the create map, it checks if root.map name is not equal to data map. So copy all these lines here inside this if function, go into infinite same thing, lists and vlist into the actions of this, straight down to when we create the button that on release. Instead of going to editor one time, we'll say if root.mapName.text is not blank and the width is not blank and the height is not blank, then it will set the global variables and say root dot go to and start editors. Also, copy these three things here: global, not height, width, and name.